Hi, everybody. Just want to take a few minutes of your time to ask you for some help. So, the first thing that I want to say is I am terrible at asking for help. Probably that whole fear of rejection thing that so many of us experience, but just throwing it out there that I've been wanting to do this for a while and just procrastinating for my fears. So, here it is. I am super excited about the growth and future of the Healing Place podcast. The numbers are growing very, very quickly, which is amazing. One of the things about the podcast that I don't know if many people know is that I don't yet garner advertising revenue. And the podcast, normally advertisers look at podcasts that have downloads of 5,000 downloads per month per episode. I do a podcast a week, so an average of 4 a month. So I would need 20,000 downloads a month. And I'm working my way in that direction. However, I'm not there yet. So this podcast has been funded by me. And I need help with taking it to the next level and putting sponsors in place. And that could be individual sponsors, that can be company sponsors. So even if a friend wants to donate $5, the giving levels start at $25, but that doesn't mean you have to give $25. So there's different giving levels that are available, but oh my gosh, anything will help in helping this grow and for my plans that I have in place. And I'll tell you about those in just a few minutes. I've always had a do it myself, I'll do it myself kind of mentality ever since I was a little kid. And I don't know if it's to prove to the world, prove to myself, prove to God. I'm not sure, but I know now I've gotten it to this point by myself, but now I need you. And any help that you can give me. If you own a company that would like to be a sponsor, if you work for a company, to say, hey, I know this great podcast, this awesome lady, this trauma warrior who is trying to shine the light of hope into the world. Share this video, just send them to my website. Whatever it is that you feel you can do to help me would be fantastic. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about was statistics. So I don't know if any of you know this, but 2/3 of Americans have at least one ACEs on their ACEs score. And what are ACEs? ACEs are adverse childhood experiences. And those can be physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse. Those can be neglect. It can be divorce, parent being incarcerated. So there's a whole there's 10 questions actually in the original ACEs questionnaire. If you want to know your ACEs score and or your resilience score, you can go to ACEs Too High. That's ACEs TOO high.com and take the ACEs assessment. But be sure to take the resilience assessment as well, because everyone always asks me, oh my gosh, Teri, how did you ever make it through all your trauma? And I used to think, I don't know. And now I know it's because my resilience score was also very high, because I had my grandma Kitty in place. And she helped me through, not that she knew the traumas that were going on, because she certainly didn't know about the sexual abuse, but she just was such a loving presence in my life, and it's very powerful. It's not all doom and gloom. When you talk about ACEs and what can result in PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder, or complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which is what I have because of my complex trauma history. And so that's where I come in. And I bring on these amazing guests from all over the world to talk about trauma and trauma recovery. And so I've had guests who are authors, motivational speakers, they're researchers, therapists. They talk about EMDR therapy, which is the therapy I utilize. They talk about EFT, or emotional freedom technique, or tapping, polyvagal theory. Just all of this amazing stuff that's starting, brain plasticity. all the stuff that's coming to the surface, and it's so filled with hope. And yeah, I want to shine the light of hope into the lives of those who are struggling and hurting, and keep this as a free resource. You know, podcasts are free to download, and until I have advertising revenue, I have to fund it somehow. So how can you help? Go to my website, which is teriwellbrock.com, TeriWellbrock. And on any of the pages up in the top, you'll see Donate Now at Fractured Atlas. The cool part is that it's eligible for tax deductible. And what I mean by eligible is I can't guarantee it's tax deductible because I don't know everyone's tax eligibility. But it is, I think even on their site it says, you know, fully tax deductible. The different giving levels I will honor, unless you donate anonymously, which is also an option. I will honor you by either mentioning you on the podcast and or putting out a Facebook post, or several of them, depending on the level of giving. So my son John and Denver Auto Shield, who is his employer, recently generously donated. And yeah, so I put out a little video about them thanking them. So do the same for anyone that donates. My mom named me after St. Teresa, the Little Flower. And I grew up hearing that one of St. Teresa's philosophies was to do little things with great love. And every time I've tried to record this, I get choked up and I just start to tear up again. But do little things with great love. And so that is my mission, is to do this podcast and put tremendous love into it. And again, to offer this space for healers and those who are out there doing the work in the world to shine their light into the lives of others. So what am I going to do with the money? I am going to bring on an editor. I'm going to bring on a marketing company. And I just need to get the podcast in front of people, because when that happens, they say, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I need this resource in my life. And the response for the podcast has been overwhelmingly positive and wonderful. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've received a negative comment yet, which is awesome. And good for that whole fear of rejection thing. So anyway, all right. I know there's other stuff I want to do, but those are the two biggies. And again, I thank you for your generosity. I thank you for believing me. And I thank you for anything you can do to help me take this to the next level. All right. Thanks so much. Love you all. Bye-bye.